Good day, everyone. You're welcome to this week's Business and Investment Tips program, a production of RCCG Christ Church Radio with Ayodeji Ebo, an investment professional. This week, we focus on the issuance of new Naira banknotes and our thoughts. Last week, the Central Bank of Nigeria announced its plans to redesign and roll out new series of high-denomination Naira notes of 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira. The CBN issues all the notes that Nigerians use to conduct their daily activities, meaning that the bank both creates and manages all the currencies that are in use. Basically, the bank is responsible for all currency management and works to prevent fraudulent activities on the currency, such as counterfeiting of Naira notes. The rollout of the new Naira notes is expected to commence by December 15, 2022, while new existing notes will remain in circulation as legal tender until January 31st, 2023, when the existing Naira notes will no longer be used as legal tender. As a result, all customers are urged to proceed to their respective banks to deposit their current Naira notes, with the commercial banks returning these notes to the CBN. Reasons highlighted by the CBN for new currency issuance. According to the CBN, out of 3,023,000,000 Naira currency in circulation, 2,073,000,000 Naira was outside commercial banks' vaults. This suggests that 85% of the currency in circulation was outside the vaults of commercial banks. Currency in circulation grew by 121.2% from 1,046,000,000 Naira in December 2015 to 3,023,000,000 Naira as of September 2022. This is about 7% of the total money supply. The CBN also noted with concern the significantly high rates of counterfeiting, particularly for higher denominations like 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira. It attributed this to the improvements in printing techniques and photography technology, which have made counterfeiting relatively simpler. Our thoughts on the new currency design. 1. Not positive for the Nigerian economy. We do not anticipate any positive economic impact of the new currency design. Economic agents like traders will be reluctant to accept old notes, which might lower aggregate demand and impact of the supply of goods and services. We believe this should slow down spending and general economic activities, especially as we approach the Yuletide season. On a brighter note, the policy would result in a sharp rise in the electronic payments, thereby strengthening the bank efforts to make the economy cashless. These improvements may, however, be temporary, as economic agents are likely to return to old habits once the new notes are properly distributed. 2. Inflation to remain high. Due to the expected muted impact of the new currency, we believe inflation will remain high because inflation in Naira is primarily driven by cost-push factors rather than high consumer spending. Also, the amount in circulation as a proportion of the total money supply is small to have any impact on inflation. 3. More pressure for the exchange rate. Confidence in Naira has continued to weaken as the US dollar shot a new high on the black market following the announcement of the currency redesign. This year alone, the Naira has depreciated by 27.1% or 212 Naira. We think the new policy would spark more demand-side pressures for the dollar as opposed to limiting speculative activities on the dollar. 4. Muted impact on monetary policy. With the total money supply estimated at 44 trillion Naira, constituting about 6% of the currency in circulation, we do not expect this to translate into improved monetary policy effectiveness. Monetary policy effectiveness only improves when there are more transactions linked to the CBN's policy levers, that is financial inclusion like savings, credit, mortgage, and so on. 5. Temporary cash squeeze. Given the poor penetration of banking infrastructure, especially in rural areas, the short time the CBN has proposed for the exchange of old notes for new ones will be energy and time consuming and could lead to temporary cash problems in the informal economy. Overall, we think that given the numerous challenges currently facing the Nigerian economy, this may not be the most appropriate time for the redesign of new currency notes. Thank you for listening. Please join us same time next week for another interesting and insightful session. For comments and feedback, kindly forward to ebo.ayodeji@gmail.com or send an SMS to 070-8246-3747. Stay blessed.